Oh, in my face. There's so much light in my face. Hello. Just waiting for more people to come in the room. I'm on pretty late, so I'm not sure how much we're gonna actually come onto this live. Hi. Just waiting for the room to fill up a bit. It's late, so I'm not surprised if a lot of people don't come on. Hi, Erin. Hey, love. How are you? Thanks for liking the video. I'm doing great. I'm a little relaxed today because I just came back from the spa. It was a really good spa date. And I almost didn't come on today. And I was just like, nah, I have to come on. I'm like, should I just go relax? I'm like, no, I'm probably not gonna get a chance to get on tomorrow evening. So I was like, nah, I gotta do it today. But yeah, how are you guys? How are you doing? Yes, how are you doing? I was waiting for the room to fill up a little bit more before I start. But happy full moon, guys. Well, full moon was on Friday, but since I was not on Friday, I'm saying it now. Happy full moon. And it was in my sign, guys, in Scorpio, which I love. I cannot believe it's friggin' May already. It's actually insane that we're almost halfway through the year. You see, last video I was talking about when it comes to time? Time waits on nobody, honey. Time waits on no man, bro. That's why you can't loaf. You can't loaf or whatever. You know, I have ADHD, so like I tend to like I'm all in it or I have those moments where I'm just kicked back and I'm like, bro, I keep telling myself every day, especially when it comes to say expedite, because I work with expedite a lot. He helps me a lot with procrastination. Um, is time. It's like he's made me understand time. Or when I tell myself I don't have enough time to do certain things when I actually do, you know? So yes. Damn, it's taking a while for people to come into the room, child. Man, it must be really late, child. I'm about to start because if once we get 5 minutes in, I'm just gonna start with who is over here. They go watch the playback. This is the longest it's ever taken for anyone to show up on live. Oh, give me a second. Let's see. All right. Yeah. Okay. So whoever is coming into the room, be sure to like the video. We're gonna get into it. So we're gonna read on today. We're reading on Candace Owens and Erica Kirk. We're reading on Klay and Megan. We're reading on Nicki Minaj and Ken Petty. Archangel Michael has some words to say, and we're reading on the delay David and Celeste case and Chris Brown. I would like to say that when it comes to this video, a fundraiser is on this video. I am donating to Black Women's Health. So if you see the prompt, please donate. Help women that Black women or people of color that need help when it comes to getting testing, education on pregnancy, and finding resources where women of color are protected in healthcare spaces. So be sure to donate and we'll get started. So we're going to start off with prayer. Lord Jesus, give all the praise and the glory, God. Just gonna thank you, Jesus. We want to thank you for the victories. We want to thank you for the beautiful things that happen in our life in Jesus Christ's name. We pray, God, in the name of Jesus, that you saturate this room with the blood of Jesus from the crown of his head to sole feet, God. And everybody that is watching this video, especially even the playback, they are protected by being open to this channel of how we read in the name of Jesus. I pray that the readings are insightful and that people are able to get information and insight on what we are touching base on today in the name of Jesus. As you're the King Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, your love reigns supreme, God, in the name of Jesus. Put a divine protection over this room. Amen. Okay. So Candace and Erica Kirk. So I've touched base on Candace and Erica Kirk's relationship, or I guess something that had to do with them on my YouTube. This is like couple months ago. And I thought that I would actually look into the depths of their actual relationship. Just because I was kind of, I know Candace was once really good friends with Charlie Kirk. And there was this whole thing about, obviously, Laura Loomer was going in on her and went on a racist rant about her, whatever the case may be. So I just wanted to like tap in and just to see exactly what could be going on around their relationship back and forth and like what's the future hold for them both. So let's get into it. Okay. Okay, Erica Kirk right now, I think that, as you know, her latest Instagram rant that she went on about what people are doing to her and how they're treating her, whatever the case may be. And then, listen, it was fucking crazy. I remember when I saw that video of her like fucking huffing and puffing on that video, like I almost thought it was AI. Like I'm like, she cannot be serious. And I feel like her camera crew and all her people just don't play at all. But at the end of the day, when it comes to Candace, when it comes to Erica Kirk, I feel like it's publicity and it brings attention to her. And I think that she was trying to think of the most viral moment that she could have, just as much as Drewski had a viral moment making fun of her. And fuck, mission accomplished. You know what I mean? But most of all, I do see that she obviously touched base on Candace Owens. And I get the energy with her is I think she was really angry at first about the whole ordeal. Like I think there was a lot of anger there. She was really upset. She felt really betrayed by Candace because she feels like in a lot of ways Candace presented herself like she was on her side and wanted to be there for her. And then when it served her to like get something out of it, she kind of just turned her back. But I'm almost getting the energy when it comes to like Erica Kirk. I don't feel like they got along. I think they were cordial, but I feel like they didn't really get along as much as like people would think they do. You know what I mean? There's always been like some little tension there because to be honest, I get the feeling, and Laura Loomer did touch on this. I always felt like there was some kind of chemistry between Candace and Charlie Kirk. But I think with Charlie Kirk is like it was one of those boundaries that he didn't want to cross. It was like, okay, like I see you as sis. Like, you know what I mean? And that's kind of what ended up happening. But I almost get the sense like, yeah, like it's just it feels to me like she right now work like Erica Kirk is like she had a lot of rage and anger for certain things and wanted to take action on what to do next. But it feels like to me like she's at a space right now where she is like, you know what, let me maximize on this. You know what I mean? Let me see what I can actually get out of this shit. You know what I mean? Because it's like at the end of the day, whether it be bad publicity, good publicity, it's still publicity. It's still bringing attention to TP USA. Like even if they want to make a joke out of it, even if they want to like make it like almost like comical for them, at the end of the day, that is our views. That is people watching. And it's crazy as you can see the outfit that she was wearing. If you notice that she was wearing some weird outfit, like an all black outfit in her video. But if you notice, she's been wearing one of those friggin' TPUSA hats. You know what I mean? If you haven't already, if you're in the room, please like the video. She's wearing a TPUSA hat. So obviously she knows like it's promotion at the end of the day. But when it comes to Candace Owens, I feel like Candace really it's like Candace is really trying to. Candace is fighting for the like. She's really trying to pull her energy to the other side. You know what I mean? I feel like she's fully aware that even after this, you know what I mean? Like she knows that she's probably never gonna ever be on good terms with her again. But she's hoping in some way that she'll be able to like find a slip where she can find where she feels like Erica will have some heart or drop the ball and making the truth come out. Like that's kind of like the energy I'm getting. Um, but I do feel overall, I don't know why I actually see coming up. I see an actual sit down. So I do see them actually like sitting face to face and like having a discussion. That definitely is gonna end up happening. Um, but I also get the sense as well, like there might be some legal action that's going to take place. I don't know why I see paperwork and stuff like that. But I don't know why I get that there's somewhat of a loophole there. Like I don't know why when it comes to like Erica Kirk doesn't realize that like Candace, like she crosses her T's and she dots her I's. You know what I mean? Like she's not necessarily a person when it comes to these things that she's not ready for war, ready for anything to happen. But I do feel again, like I said before, Candace needs to kind of watch her back. I think she is backing up a little bit. I think it's kind of like it's like she's throwing dust in the air and she's seeing where it settles. You know what I mean? Like that's just the energy she's going with everything. Because I think she's come to the realization that no matter how much she feels like she fights for the truth, like there's only so much that actually really could be done. You know what I'm saying? So I think that she's just picking her battles when it comes to the situation. But I do see, so I don't know, I see a table and I see a sit down. So I don't know if there's going to be a debate or something of some sort that's going to happen. But that's what I see for Candace Owens and Erica Kirk. Any questions? No? Okay, moving right along. I know it's late, guys. I usually don't come on this late, so I'm not surprised not a lot of people are. All right. All right. So moving right along. I'm probably gonna get through these faster now. You guys are just gonna have to watch the playback chat. Anyways, okay, so now we're gonna tap into Nicki Minaj and Ken Petty's marriage. Now, I think most recently it was leaked that oh hi sincerely. How are you, love? Did you guys just get the notification now? If you haven't already, please be sure to like the video if you just came into the room, like the video chat. And also don't forget to press hype. I don't think there's hype on the live video. But in most recent news, it has been leaked that there has been trouble in paradise. That Ken Petty and Nicki Minaj are not living in the same household right now. That he actually has taken up residence in one of her properties, I believe, in New York, and there has been rumors that they're ready to be separated, um, and they're pretty much in Doomstown right now. So We just want to tap in and see what exactly is going on around this relationship, what is to come, and whatever the case may be. I know it's Kaylin. I know. I'm happy you were able to catch it too. Okay, so let's see what's in there. What we see. It's true. It's true. But we have to take into account that a lot of the strain of the relationship is rested on Nicki Minaj's mental health. I feel like they're going to Doomstown because of the basis and the events of things that have been happening lately in the relationship has been surrounded by her having her episodes. And why I see this and why I say this, because at the end of the day, when it comes to this man that she's with, everything about him and how he is are things that are not brand new to her. You know what I mean? It's always been a thing. I think for her that I get a sense with Nicki is like Nicki literally is now starting to feel the train, leave leave the port. Like she feels like she at first it's like when she would be quiet, she felt like she only had to like take a couple more steps and then she's good. And then she's able to catch up. She feels the shift is so far for her that it's like it went from like I turned my head here and turned back and now I can't even catch up. Like that's the energy she's getting. And it's like I almost get the thing is that she's projecting a lot of the mistakes that she's made and the choices she's decided to make in her career as of late on the relationship. Get what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be honest, as much as Ken is a piece of shit, we already know he's a piece of shit. She made these decisions on her own. He may not have exactly stood up and fought against it or said turn around. Hi guys, if anyone if you guys just came in the room, be sure to like the video. Or fought against it or was assertive about the decisions that she was making. But in reality, she's the one that got herself to where she's at right now. Because I almost get the sense like she's been nitpicking. You know what I mean? Like, you know how the whole credit card thing came out or whatever the case may be? Like, she started to nitpick at every single friggin' thing. Like, little things. Like, I feel like even things from like way in the past that were like stuff that she never made a big deal. Like fighting over stuff like that. And I think the reason why he was also in New York, I don't think it had 100% only to do with the fighting, but I also feel like when it comes to New York too, especially when it comes to his charges or whatever the case may be, or I guess the sex offender list or whatever, it's like he has better leniency in New York than he does if he was to stay in California. This actually reminds me, you know what it reminds me of? Like maybe the fucking whole Trump deal or what she thought Trump was going to do for her didn't pull through as planned. You know what I mean? So, because I get like, that's probably why she has some resentment and why she's projecting the resentment on him. Because if she was indeed trying to go through smoozing up Trump to get some kind of pardon or get some kind of whatever for her husband, and it didn't work out, it's like, you know what's so funny? How this reminds me of? What's that Childish Bambino song or Donald Glover song? It feels like summer, right? And you remember in the video, like it has a caricature. They're all caricatures of different artists and like their influence on the industry. And I think what they were talking about is when she was gonna drop, or the time she dropped Queen, right? And she was there. She had these building blocks, and she was building blocks up, and she had came up with this whole master plan so that she could actually get to like number one or whatever. And I figured out what rapper it was, but they came in and they knocked all her blocks down. Like that's the energy I get because Nicki is very calculated. You know what I mean? How successful she is at being calculated, we beg to differ. It depends on who you talk to and about that chat. But she's very calculated. Like she's the kind of person when she makes moves, like or she does things, like it's all motive driven. You know what I mean? So I feel like she's projecting a lot of the failure and why everything went to hell on him. And he's just kind of like, well, what do you want me to do? Like, this is what you like. I didn't, he didn't exactly tell her what to do, but at the same time, she didn't exactly stop him either. Hi, Dope Soul. Wow, Dope Soul. I haven't seen you in a while. How's it going? Hey guys, be sure to like the video. I'm seeing a bunch more people come in now. So you guys make sure you guys like the video, child. And if you guys can see at the bottom of the video, I am running a fundraiser, child, for Black women's health. If you have a kind heart tonight, send them a donation, even if it's $5, to help out women, Black women at that, get the health care and the health care and the health education that they need. Hi, Jabril. Wow. Wow. There's some throwbacks in here tonight. Hello. Hi. So, yeah. Are they going to split up? What I probably need to get to at this time. And make sure you guys can ask questions too. Like, if I'm reading, you guys stop me if you have a question. Are they going to break up? It's not going to be anytime soon. It's not. It's at the breaking point of there, because I get the sense like she doesn't want to fully let him go yet. Like she can't. She's not ready to let up the control. You know what I mean? And at the same time, he doesn't want to leave because one, like he can't really sustain or support himself right now. But at the end of the day, like he would be like she will definitely pay him out, whether he tried to prenup or not. But I he yo he loves Nicki though. He does. He actually does, you know. He may have a fucked up way of showing it, but he actually does love Nicki. Like he wants to make the family work, but there's nothing that he could do for her. You feel me? Like he's just not the right man for her. In the sense of like she needs a more assertive man. And what the problem is with her is problem with him, and I think their problem is like when shit goes left, like he doesn't have that, he's not quick on his feet, or he doesn't even have the pull to help her steer it back. So she's having to fight all the battles and all the bullshit on her own. So she's going and she's being like going through the humiliation ritual because of him. And it's like when she comes back home, at the end of the day, it's like there's nothing he can really do about it. Like he ain't got no connections. He can't get on the phone. He can do nothing. And I think she's seeing that, she's finally seeing what everybody's been trying to tell her. You know what I mean? I feel like she has been on one creative block since she's been with him. She has. He's completely brought her energy down. It's two completely different energy frequencies. Like I talked about this on my last reading or my last video before. Like it's like you gotta find that person that matches. Like the energy currency is not the same, because people always look at material things. You know what I mean? She's Nicki Minaj, for God's sake. There's only so much people that you can find to date that has more than her. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's not about the fact that the woman has more money than the man. It's about the currency that the man carries. You know what I mean? Like, for example, Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton was married to a regular old Joe for many years until his death. Like, no one really seen him. Nothing. He had nothing to do with the entertainment industry, but he created a space of balance and care, and where she could come home and he was the man and everything. Like, he is not that kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy is the kind of guy that, like, he's a back of corner hood, New York hood nigga. Like, I mean, like, if he never got with Nicki Minaj, he would be sitting at the front of the bodega kicked up right now, drinking out a bottle, paper bag out a bottle, and doing the most. Like, he's really that nigga. Like, he's that nigga that hugs the block. Like, doesn't know anything about, like, business or, like, luxury or the kind of life, or even can even fathom or understand the industry she's in. So like that's what she needs to understand. Like I think she looked at more of the physical things, like, oh, he doesn't have money, or this is what he did in the past. But it's like It's not even that. It's like he does not match your energetical currency. Like he cannot fit where you lack. And that's what people need to understand. It's like people don't have to have the same thing as you and not be not be encouraging or a good benefit for you or level up in life. But he doesn't provide that. And I think she's starting to see that. That yo, when I'm on my face, I'm really on my face. Like I feel like even when she has her episodes and stuff like that, like I think that he doesn't even understand how to deal with the mental health as much as she needs him to. You know, there's a familiarity that he brings to her, but he don't offer nothing really. Exactly. And I think that familiarity probably goes back to her like her inner adolescence, like her teenage self. Like if she had like, cause remember before, okay, before Nicki got famous, she was with Safari. And she was for Safari for years. She was with Safari through fame and everything. You know what I mean? Then she dated some industry guys, right? So after, like, when you've been in a long-term relationship, for a long-term relationship, some people actually revert back to who the person they were before they were single, before they were in this relationship. So I feel like that's what ended up happening. She kind of reverted back and then she found Kenny again. You know what I mean? So there was a certain part of herself that she wanted back that she lost before all the fame and everything and money tainted everything. And she felt like he was going to bring her down to earth, which I feel in a lot of ways he did help her, but then her mental illness started to take a toll. So that's the reality when it comes to him. I get a number 4. So I don't know if it's in the next 4 months or so. It feels like about the next 4 months you're going to start hearing of divorce papers or divorce something. But it feels like it's around Trump's surrounded around it too. But I feel like around that time, that's when you're gonna start to see like her breaking down with that. But she still needs to work on her mental health because I don't think she's out of she's out of that loop yet. I definitely don't see it yet. Any questions? Oh no, because this light is so strong. Let me explain nose around. Any questions? I was like thinking I need glasses. You don't realize how far my laptop is from me. It's like this far. See, look at my arm. It's that far. So when I have to see, I have to really look in, and then I have the lights in my face. So when you see me like this, like it's because I have lights in my eyes. There is a familiar, yeah, exactly. So any questions? No. All right. So we're moving right along. Is he close with her family? Oh, hi, Nas. Is he close with her family? Yeah, yeah. I think the mom likes him. The mom does like him. A lot of people around her like him, you know. Yo, considering that what he did, like he did some fuck shit. Don't get me wrong. If you guys haven't already, please like the video. I see about 15 y'all in here. But the mom does like him. The family like him. People like him. I feel like if you meet him on a ones, he's cool. He's actually a cool dude. But he's a really round the way nigga. Like dead ass. Like I mean, like go through New York City in the summertime. I already could see already. This guy in the corner in the background, fucking playing dominoes. You know what I mean? Like crackheads walking back and forth. He's like kicked up on the corner. Like literally, like if when he's done with her, you gonna see him kicked back up on the corner because he's not business savvy, bro. That's the energy I get with him too. He's not a business savvy guy like that. Like I feel like she tries to put him on and show him a thing, you know what I mean? But he's not as business savvy at all because he may not have like because there's guys men out there that it's like I've seen the whole rags to riches story. You know what I mean? Where I've seen man like that used to be on the road trapping and then they're able to make their shit legit. Like he's not like that. Like this guy's a nickel and dime kind of guy. Like buy a brick, pushing on the block. Buy a brick, cook it up, and sell crack. Like he's that guy. You know what I mean? Um, yes, I was curious. I was curious about her and Nas. That didn't work out. Because you know what it is with Nicki? Like, again, I don't think Nicki does well being with somebody that has like a hierarchy, like or a man. She can't be with a boss. She wants to be the boss. Like she doesn't know how to be with a man and he leads. She's always the one that wants to lead and be in control. So I feel like that's what happened with her and Nas. Because Nas is very like he's a strict nigga. He runs a strict program, eh? Because Nas is a Virgo. He runs a strict program. Like he would want Nicki Minaj to be very feminine. You know what I mean? And like docile and make him lead the way because he's the bigger dog than her. And Nicki's not that kind of girl. Nicki's not trying to do any of that. And I feel like that's what really, amongst other things, that really messed up the relationship. That was made it hard for them to really, you know? What's the next one? I also wondered about Lewis Hamilton. Did they date before? Taku. I feel like they were kind of talking. Like Nicki's had little flings. You know what I mean? But Nicki's hard to deal with. I don't feel Nicki's easy to deal with. She's a pretty face and she's cute and whatever. But when you get to actually see her, it's like, yeah, this one's gonna be work. And you're not gonna be able to tell her anything because she's Nicki Minaj. She's not for a man. You know how a man will meet a girl that has like a hard shell, and it's like, okay, yo, I could break her down. Like Nicki will drain you before you even get the first crack in. Like you're not gonna be able to do it, bro. So like 9 times out of 10, they whatever. Him, on the other hand, like he will be like, he'll get up in her face or whatever to show her, like, yo, don't talk to me like that. But when it comes to her feeling like she's a boss, he lets her be a boss. And that's why they worked this long. Um, he seems like he's good with his hands, like construction. Yeah, like he is. Like like he's the kind of man you have to tell him what to do. He's not the kind of man that takes initiative. Where it's like, okay, like I'm gonna give you 2 mil, right? I'm gonna give you 2 mil. You do what? Like I'm gonna give you 2 mil. You buy these properties, you fix them up and flip them. Like he'll go try to do that and get like 2 niggas from the block. One's a crackhead. You know what I mean? And then they don't even know where to buy lumber, where it's cheaper, or whatever the case is. By the time you're done, the 2 mil's done, and he still needs a mil. Like that's the kind of guy he is. Like he's not business savvy at all. Like he's really the worker. Like he's really the help. That's what she just has him do little things that she needs him to do around the house, or around her business and stuff like that. Because so then it looks like he's doing something. But he's not really like a guy that, because if he, like, honestly, in this time, have him being with Nicki, he should be able to have a lot to say for himself right now on his own. Because she's given the opportunity to do that. And he hasn't. He just don't have it in him. Any questions? Yeah, I feel like I'm floating on a cloud. For those that just came in the room, I went to a spa today. My girl bought me a spa treatment for my birthday last November. And I've had it for the longest time and I just remembered I had it. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna book me a spa day. And I just went today and I literally feel like I'm floating on a goddamn cloud. Like I'm like, I feel so weird because I'm so used to be like my eyes being tense, my back feeling away, take being a mom and everything. I'm like, ooh. Do you see her dating anyone else in the future? It's so funny that you said date somebody in the future because I'm like, she might date future. um, yeah, she needs a lot of help though. Nicki needs a lot of help. Like Nicki's put like there's some people when they have mental health issues that they can get so far before they could pull themselves back. You know what I mean? I feel like Nicki's kind of pushed herself past that barrier a bit. That like she could be more grounded or be more not as manic, but she won't really be the same. Like she's at that stage now. But this light is just right in my face, dog. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, it's kind of dark, but it's honestly, I don't like how it looks, but it looks way better though. Because I'm literally like squinting. Does her husband have an outside child? Oh wow, he might. Cause I see a little baby and the baby looks smaller than her son. And it's a girl. Yeah, there is one. But I feel like it's like an old flame though, too. Like I feel like it's a woman. Like I don't know if he has kids outside of her and like he got an old baby mom and he got her pregnant again. But yeah, is this current spirit? Yeah, it's current. But I see a little girl because I've seen the little dress and her feet kicked up. Yeah. He does have one outside child. But I feel like it was when he got her pregnant was during the time that they were having issues. Doesn't make it any better because they weren't fully done. But yeah, so because I see Nicki kind of like when I see her energy, she's kind of hugging it. You know what I mean? She's kind of like, all right, that was fucked, but it was during a time that they weren't really together where she made that baby. He made that baby. Does her husband? Yeah, it was around that time. Yeah, but I don't feel like she rejects the child though, which is weird. Not weird, but I just it's weird for me because I wouldn't think that Nicki could be a bigger person like that. But I don't think she rejects the child. Like I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe she has to. I don't know. Maybe she wants to keep that. She wanted to keep that on low. So maybe she's paying off the woman or giving her some money or something just to keep that quiet. Because like I wouldn't think that Nicki would be the bigger person and be like, make sure that kid's good, you know. But I feel like she makes sure that kid is good. Maybe honestly, for some reason, vicariously, because she feels like she can't have any more. That she kind of takes that little girl on because she's like the little girl she never got to have. But I definitely do see that. Yeah, she's not as mad as she should be. The energy I'm getting. He could be manipulative, you know, because as much as she projects a lot on him, he uses her episodes against her. Because I feel like when she comes out of that space, she does feel very guilty. And I feel like at times, like where certain things have gone down, she's used it against him, or he's used it against her. I feel like that has happened. Yeah. Talk. I feel awful for her. She's not able to have more babies now. Yeah, like I feel like she possibly could, but I don't think her body could take it. And on top of that, her fighting addiction and stuff like that, I don't think it would be a best space and she's even aware of it for her to have it. Because I feel like she's also went through postpartum as well with her son. You know what I mean? So I like her body's taking the wear and tear. I don't think she wants to put herself through that again. Not until she's in a much better space. Is her career over? It's not what it's gonna be. It's not gonna be what it used to be, child. I'll tell you that. She's gonna go back on tour. She'll do stuff, but it's like it won't be. She's gonna have to do a lot of cleanup for her to like. I'm not saying that she won't sell because when it comes to Nicki Minaj fans, they're diehard. Like they don't play about her. But I feel like she would need to do. She would have to do a lot of PR cleanup, like major. I mean, like she would need to be vulnerable about her mental health issues. She would have to be vulnerable about her drug issues. Like I think the best thing that she should do If I was gonna say what she should do is like come out with like a documentary behind the scenes of what she's really been going through, type shit. She's gonna have to like show her vulnerability and take accountability for how she's been behaving, and not, you know what I mean, and her really get it back. But it's not gonna be one of those things where it would be like what it used to be, but she'll be able to sustain something. But she has to want to get the help, because I feel like Nicki, even though she knows she has issues, she's still kind of in denial. She's not the light at the end of the tunnel hasn't really shone yet for her. Like she hasn't hit her rock bottom yet. Like not 100% yet. She still got more time before she gets there. All right. So I can answer one final question, and we're gonna move on to the next person because we have 3 other people to read on. 3 other topics to read on. I fear she has too much pride for that. That's what I'm saying. She has to really do it. She has to really, really, really like I heard heavy PR cleanup. Heavy. Not just herself, but the PR cleanup has to be heavy. It's unfortunate. Like she don't got like it's different. There's a double standard when it comes to, the industry. Cause look what Kanye's been able to do and come back. You know what I mean? Barely had to explain himself. Like a woman or a female artist can't do that shit. Like once you make you fuck up, you're through. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but I hope she genuinely gets the help she needs, like on a genuine level, not just to like sell records. All right, so we're gonna move into the next topic. Okay. So who we're reading on now is Klay Thompson and Megan the Stallion. So I don't know how long they've been dating for technically. I don't know if it's been a year, but of course, when they first started dating, it was a very interesting relationship dynamic to watch. Because Clay Clay Thompson, he reminds me, I grew up in the suburbs, and he reminds me of guys that I grew up with in the suburbs, where they're either that black or biracial guy that like grew up on a little bit more privileged side of life, you know what I mean? Like, not really exposed to like the inner city culture, so to speak, but it knows that it exists. Like the sports guy, comes from a good home, like that kind of background, dating a girl that's like, has a background like Megan Thee Stallions. You know what I mean? And I think the beautiful thing of watching the dynamic at first was the fact that he was allowing Megan to actually be soft. You know what I mean? When you see Megan like link with other guys and stuff like that in the industry, and what she's portrayed so far, that she's never really been in relationships. Again, being a mega hip hop artist, um, where she can actually be soft and not always have to feel like the boss all the time. You know what I mean? But the latest news, it hasn't been fully confirmed. I know that there was another basketball player, female basketball player, they were saying that he had an affair with, or cheated with. There has been some allegations too, or where I'm not sure if this is true, if this is a legitimate source, that his rebuttal on getting caught with cheating, it was his ex that he met up with. It's not somebody that he was actually cheating with. But here we are now, fast forward. Loverboy obviously was out, everything. She wrote a song about this guy, all this shit, only to turn around months later, and they're now split. So I want to tap into the energies and see if he actually cheat the way that he did. Um, and what's the comfort of the situation, what's surrounding it. I know Clay Aiken. I know, right? That's girl. I just showed my age right there. I just showed y'all my age. Clay Aiken was like on the like second or third friggin' season of American Hazard, American Idol. Like we're talking way back. I was rooting for them as an Aquarius. I did want them to make it work. especially after the Tory situation and how Party treated her. I did too. I felt like honestly I thought they were like the perfect match. I felt like the fact that he had that softness and allowed her to be soft, and like she kind of showed him how to be a little bit more rugged, that they were good work. But let's tap in and see what we see and what we pick up about the relationship. My nose is running. I don't know if he really cheated on her. What she's accusing of, he cheated on her the way that she thinks he did. Because I get the sense with him, he was definitely entertaining something that he shouldn't have. And that's a major thing for her. Because that is cheating in her eyes. You know what I mean? I think, yeah. You know what's so weird? I'm not saying that he's bipolar, but like he could be, well, he's an Aquarius too, right? I'm not sure he's Aquarius. But I get the sense with him, it's like he could be very hot and cold. Like he has a very hot and cold way to him. Like I also get there was a little bit of envy there too. Oh, like I feel like there came a point where he felt unconsciously or unconsciously, it's like he started to compete. She runs into this problem a lot, you know. Like men admire her for her boss ways, but then they start to resent her for them. You know what I mean? Because I get like a little bit of tit for tat there. Because I feel like there was like, because I feel like Megan could be a bit bossy. I feel like she could be a bit bossy, and it's like men fall under her. I'm not gonna say trap because it sounds like a bad thing to say, but they fall under her, like they fall under her control very quick. And then when they start to feel like they're doing control, like they're starting to lose control, it's like they have a way of rebellion that comes out of them. Like almost like, let me do this and put you back in your place. Or the Capricorn Stallion, okay. Why did you not split and keep it mysterious? Because the thing is with Megan's the Stallion, Megan's a cat. She like Megan, as you know, she's always been public with everything she does. You know what I mean? Like Megan cares about what people think. You feel me? So when she goes through a situation, like she knows she already has a reputation of already dating a lot of people in the industry. You know what I'm saying? So when things go south, she wants to be the first to defend herself so that everybody can see or look like she's not the problem. Because I don't even like the way that she even did that shit. Like I feel like it should have been one of those things that it was like a formal split. You know what I mean? Like almost like a report to TMZ that they have split. And then maybe there'll be some development stories as to why. But the way that she went about it, I don't like it. Like I don't like it because she, you have to understand it's not just her fandom, but we have to understand social media in general. You see what I'm saying? She kind of threw him to a pack of wolves and be like, my bad. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not, okay, and this sounds terrible. This sounds terrible to say it like this. You're dating an industry guy that's a basketball player. What did you think was going to happen? It's like the punishment, because I keep feeling the energy is like the punishment doesn't fit the crime. You know what I mean? Like how she's going about it and what, like, okay, she was very impulsive and how she reacted to it, but she didn't think that it was going to come out, the story was going to come out this big and gain this much traction. I'm not sure why she didn't think that, but she wasn't thinking that. I think that, because I almost get she did it as a control move. Like I don't know if they were going through their own little back and forth, and then she did it as fuck you. Like I'm gonna make everyone know that what you did to me type thing. But I feel like it was immature. But now she's backpedaling. She's backpedaling now. You know what I mean? Because I feel like she's back. This is fuck because this reminds me of the whole Tory case. It's like she's backpedaling now because it's like now that more information is coming out about the situation or what he allegedly did or whatever the case may be, like she's realizing like her reaction or how she allowed the public to know was a little too harsh for what really went down. And now she doesn't know how to come back from it. Yeah, without the dead eyes, he would be out of her league. Yeah, as regular people, she's out of his league for sure. How does Klay feel about it currently? He wants her back still. He wants to work on it with her, but I feel like he has people around him that are advising him not to. Like that's the energy I'm getting. Like he wants to work it out with her, but I feel like the people around him are not as forgiving for the action she's took because now she has people attacking him. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like you used your power to come at this guy. You know what I mean? And now, what? You're gonna say sorry now? So I feel like she feels bad about that. Cause I see a lot of people drawing comparison about what happened with Tori. But I feel like honestly, when it comes to the Tori situation, it sounds terrible. But I don't feel like she had much choice on how that went. By the time that got into Rock Nation's hands, it was out of her hands. And I think she's been looking back and like kind of self-reflecting on some of her impulsiveness. Because I don't get that Megan's like a wicked girl. Like I don't feel like she's a mean girl. She's not an evil bitch, but she doesn't know how to control her temper. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the energy I'm getting from her. Like when she gets mad, she just does the most. Like she doesn't know how to sit back and just think and be like, okay, let me sit back, politic, like take this in, like look at both sides and then react. Like she doesn't have that. She's too impulsive. And that's what it makes such a big mess. It makes such a big mess, and there's nothing she can do to really fix it. Because even if she tries to defend him right now, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, so you're defending a cheater?" She can't do anything to even draw that back right now, so she has to let it fly. But I feel like she feels bad though. Yeah, because she's seen the consequences of her actions, especially like how fucked up Klay has been and everything. Like she feels bad now, but there's nothing she can do to fix it. I don't know why they're gonna try to work it out. I feel like coming up, they're gonna try to work it out, but I feel like it's gonna be hard to really mend it back up again. Like that's the energy I get. Yeah, because like, see, yeah, Clay fucked up though too though, because I don't think he was. I don't think it helped how he was reacting to her concerns. Hold on, I need tissue. Yeah, I don't feel like it helped like how he was reacting to her concerns. Like his behavior didn't help the situation either. It's probably gonna keep it private. Yeah, they are. They're gonna keep it on the low. I wouldn't be surprised they're talking right now. You guys, give me a second. I'm gonna go grab some tissue. Okay. Child needs to sneeze. Ooh. Okay, what's it? Yeah. That was mad corny. That's the thing. He wants to act like, but that's what everybody that's online tries to do. Like, if you notice that anybody that gets exposed online always tries to do the same thing. But that's what I told you what I was saying before. Like, it's like she was trying to get leverage or she was trying to get a reaction. You know what I mean? Sorry, y'all. I'm calling out. Like, say for example, like he should be like, so what? You're not gonna tell me what happened with that bitch? You're not gonna tell me what's gonna happen. If you don't tell me what's gonna happen with that bitch, I'm gonna go tell everybody online that we're broken up. And he's just like, well, I'm not. I don't have to tell you shit. Okay, then she goes ahead and does it. And now he's gonna act like, oh, he don't give a fuck. He's just over there. Like, okay, and you did that, and I'm on my boat, and I'm getting drunk, and I'm not trying to listen to the love songs. Fuck that. Like, I'm out here. You know what I mean? But he felt like if you seen him on the video, he literally looked like shit. Like you could tell he was either crying, haven't had slight sleep, probably was drinking, getting loaded the whole fucking night. You know, he couldn't even listen to love songs because they remind him of her, like all types of shit. Yeah, no, that was he did care. Come on. Listen, if somebody doesn't care, they don't need to remind you they don't care. They just don't care. Bro, he was even on the live and it's like when a love song will come on, it's like he's like, I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he really didn't care, I feel like he actually really cared about Megan, but I feel like as he got to know her, there was like any situation. As he got to know her, there was just some things about her personality he didn't like. And I think instead of him like addressing them, because I don't think that he's used to addressing things, it's like he just started moving away. That she started to perceive as fake. Because obviously he wasn't acting like that when he first got with her. And then all of a sudden he just started acting weird. And then he just felt like he didn't have to validate things or whatever. Like just kind of like you're being annoying, whatever. And then she's just like, yo, you wanna act like that? Listen, I'll show you what time of day it is, eh? And that's what happened. Yeah, like it's almost like that now, for real. Because it makes it seem like he looks cool. Okay, so he refuses to give her a reaction. Yeah. Donna Lane, it's funny that you mentioned Chris Brown. I'm reading on him today. So stick around to the end because he's the last person I'm reading on. Oh, that sucks because he's so cute. I know. But I feel like they're going to try to work it out. They just have to stop being petty with each other when they argue. I feel like it's one of those things, one of their petty arguments that now spilled out to the public. Because I feel like there's in some shape or form that Megan was overreacting, but I don't think her reaction wasn't validated because I don't feel like Klay was acting the way he should have when it came to the situation either. Like it's almost like I feel like she would have been confronting him and he felt like he didn't have to give her an answer. Believe what you want. You know what I mean? And it's just like, no, you can't shut down when somebody's being legit with you, you know? How long were they together? I'm not sure. Before they went public, it wasn't that long. I don't even feel like they were dating that long before they went public. Honestly, I'd be surprised if it was like not even a month. They're self-sabotaging. Depends on how you look at it. Like, I feel like Megan is self-sabotaging when it comes to her anger. She tends to react before she actually gets the answer. You know what I mean? And I think in a lot of ways too, people take advantage of her doing that too. Because they know that she's very reactive, that people do take advantage of that. Like it's because I see her consciously realizing it's something she needs to work on. You know what I mean? With him, he's self-sabotaging because whenever he's upset, he doesn't actually express why he's upset. What he starts to do is just shut down. So that's where he can be self-sabotaging for himself and in relationships as well. is that he starts to shut down. But that's very Aquarian though. A lot of Aquariuses are like that. Like especially Aquarius men are like that. Like when they don't want you no more, they just check out. They don't even let you know that they don't like what you're doing. It's like they like make a mental list in their mind what they don't like, and then they start to check out. Does he like fame? He liked it. Yeah, he liked it a bit. Yeah, yeah, he likes it. Would he carry it? I don't know if he would really carry it. No, but he liked the attention that they were getting. He thought it was cute. It was fun. He liked the opportunities they were getting by being the couple. You know what I mean? But like you know how some people like fame and it's like they're associated with who they date and then they carry it. Like I don't think he would ever carry it. I think he got a taste of fame. He got a taste of fame where he realized like maybe this is not as fun as I thought it was. I think that he's gonna. I think that he's gonna try his damnedest not to go public with anybody again. I'll tell you that. This is definitely put a bad taste as well. Go sit down, Prince, because you just went to the washroom just now. Yeah, you shut that too in your ear to the angry. I mean, yes, Aquariuses do that, especially the men. I've had like Aquarius guy friends, and they will just and it's like the littlest things turn you off, bro. It could be the slightest thing. Like I had one friend that like he was like he went to his girl's house and he was dating her for a bit and he liked her, whatever the case may be. And they were cool, whatever, they're dating or whatever. And like he must have went to her house. And I don't know if she must have like drooled on their pillow or whatever, but her sheets smelled funny. And then he stopped talking to her because of that. Like just got up and just stopped answering calls, stopped going to her house. Like just over something so simple as that. And I'm like, so why did you just say something to her? Like, yo, like, girl, wash your sheets. Like, they kind of smell funny. He's like, no, that turned me right off. No, not, not fucking with her anymore. I'm like, wow. Because me and Aquarius, we get along really well as friends. But dating, hell no. But friends, we get along very well. And I get along more better. Like I like Aquarius females. Don't get me wrong. Like we're cool. We were cool, whatever. But I find I get closer to the men. The Aquarius men, I usually get close with. Yeah, it could have been a one off, but yeah, it's little things like that. Because if for him, it's like in his mind, it's like, oh, just find somebody else. It was something so simple. But like as I feel like it was with her, it's like something so simple that Megan would do it. She wouldn't even think it's a problem or not even think anything of it. You know what I'm saying? But he would be offended or feel type way and shut down and just start moving away with her. And she'd be like, okay, so are you going to tell me what's going on? No, we're good. So are we not going to talk about this? Can I see your phone? No. You can go home if you want to. Like just shit like that. He started to get like that with her. That's why she was like, ah, you know? Yeah, yeah. Ciao. Who ciao? These lights, yo. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I have to get a. Well, the heat from them make my nose red. When she's more confrontational than. Yeah, she's way more confrontational because where she comes from is like her background. You just say what you mean. You know what I mean, and feel mean what you say. Like the background he comes from is like, okay, you have to have tact. You know what I mean? Like, don't say anything. Just keep it in. Be quiet. Move accordingly. Be professional. Be a man of few words. Don't get emotional. Don't be in your head. Just move logically. Like they cover two different backgrounds. But I feel like, yeah, Megan's gonna take a break from dating after this. If she won't take a break for a while after this. She needs to. She likes it's probably because she likes men a lot, you know, like she likes men, like she likes, ooh, like she likes men, but I feel like she's gonna realize she needs to take a break. Why did he say free Tori? That's crazy. Because he knows. He's seen things in her, like now the things that he's seen about her and the things that she told him. She's like, because of her anger, the things that she does. That's how she did Tori. And then after Rock Nations went and pushed the narrative. And then after that, it was a wrap. It was already too much and too far gone. She couldn't even do anything about it. She could have talked them out of it. There's no way. That's what he's talking about. Like, she will get you in trouble. And she gets you in trouble because she just, when she's pissed off, she doesn't think. And it's trouble that you can't get yourself out of. Yeah. That's what it is. Because I feel like she really feels bad about the Tory situation. She does. She really does. But once Rock Nation got a hold of it, it was a wrap. It was nothing. It's like, for example, if you're in a house and you have a domestic, and the police come, like, you could say the police, oh, I don't want him to get charged. The police are not taking that chance. They won't, because it's a domestic. We can leave and he's gonna come back and bust your ass again. He has to go to jail, and now you're like, fuck. Maybe I should have been screaming. Like, it's one of those women, like that. Or maybe I should have been screaming and making it seem like you were hitting me when you weren't. Like, that's just like, Tori didn't shoot her. No, he didn't. He didn't shoot her. Mm-mm. Like, I'm honestly, some people are not gonna like me for this. Yo, Tori's innocent. He didn't do that to her. He did not shoot her. He had no reason or merit to even shoot her that night. Who was really fighting was her and her friend. But remember, Tori was fucking the friend. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Tori's fucking a friend. But the gun was Tori's. That's where he fucked up at. You know what I'm saying? I feel like where she's mad is that he had the gun that she was able to get to it. But no, he didn't shoot her. And she knows that. Cause remember, she was even trying to act like she was even messing with Tori like that when she was. It wasn't as an accident. No, I think Kelsey tried to really shoot her. But I think Tori was trying to pull the gun from Kelsey. They were fighting. Cause remember, Kelsey can't fight fucking Megan Thee Stallion. The bros, fucking Megan Thee Stallion would dummy her. It was in the heat of the moment, but he caught the blame for it. Cause remember, she was mad at Tori. Tori's fucking her friend. She's pissed at him. Fuck you, nigga. Then it's like the smoke clears and she's not that mad, and she's like, damn it, because it was never supposed to escalate to this. Like, I'm like, how? I've never seen a guy get that much years in jail for something like that in my life. I was like, I've seen people that's done manslaughter do less time than him. Yeah, yeah. Because I think that he didn't want. I think that he felt like he didn't testify. I'm not sure if he testified or not. I'm just going for what I'm sensing. I feel like because when you testify, obviously there's a statement, right? So whatever you say can be used against you. So the best thing to do is not to testify. Make your lawyer fight on your behalf, so that you don't fuck up and say nothing you're not supposed to. That's the best bet to do. You get arrested, I'll let you get an attorney right away. Don't talk. Can I say, yeah, I'll like to speak to my attorney. Oh my God. But how could she pretend that he did that, like, on interviews and that stuff? Yeah, she did. She had to. Like, they have media training and everything. Remember, she even did an interview where she talked about it. She had to. It's like the same thing that happened with Chris Brown and Rihanna. The exact same thing will happen with Chris Brown and Rihanna. Yes, Chris Brown beat her ass, but it was the same thing. Like, it's like the narrative that could be spun. That they know that could bring notoriety and attention to that artist. Like, look at the star that she has become in the moves she's been making since that happened. Yeah. But it happens. It happens to a lot of people. You'd be surprised how much innocent people are behind bars. You'd be surprised, child. If you guys haven't already, be sure to like the video, guys. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rock Nation, man. That's all I'm saying. When you guys get a chance and you get just look up the horrors of Rock Nation, and I'll tell you everything you need to know. All right, so we're gonna move into a next part of the reading. Any final questions before we move on? No? All right, so we'll move right along. Oh, yes, quick announcement. If you guys would like to get a psychic question, I usually don't do psychic questions in my life just because when I talk about certain topics, it's just too much to cover and do live readings. But if you use the code butterfly and you would like to get a psychic question, you can use the code butterfly and you can get two questions for 3333. You could DM me on IG or email me with your questions. The link is in the description box for PayPal if you guys have any psychic questions, and I'll have your answers within the next 8 to 10 hours because it's late now. So you'll get your answers within the next 8 to 10 hours. Okay? All right. So moving right along. We are now going to read on Saint Michael, Archangel Michael. Now, it's actually very strange why I'm reading on him because usually when I do pick my topics for my end of the month or mid month recap, whether I see things of topics that I was going online or spirit, it comes to me of who I need to read on next. But today, and especially since yesterday, Archangel Michael's been really heavy in my energy, but not in the sense of, oh, like, protect myself or anything like that, but in a sense that I feel like he has a message. So it's a message that I don't know who will resonate with, but I'm going to channel Archangel Michael. Just I see that I saw orb. Archangel Michael, I see has a message for y'all. He's showing me his sword. So he has a sword and then he turned it. You know what I mean? But when he turned the sword, it's like I saw like a glimmer of light. You know what I mean? Um, but I think the emphasis of is like he's talking about the mind. You know what I mean? I don't know why I get this energy, but he's saying that we need to take a chance. We need to take the time to detoxify the things that we're putting in our mind. You know what I mean? Um, he goes civilization. Because he's showing me the skies. You know what I mean? The skies, and it's almost like we're in our phones. Like for example, what he's mentioning to me is algorithm. You know what I mean? He goes, okay, algorithm. We are now having an algorithm is only showing us the things that we are interested in. And it has a way of not just showing us what we're interested in, but also creating a reality surrounding the things that we always want to read on or find out topics on. You know what I mean? Why he says this to me or why he's showing me this, he goes, because the mind has now it's coming so small. You know what I mean? So people are in a reality of believing things that are happening that are not really happening. You know what I mean? So for example, if you're in the mindset of saying, oh my God, we're going through a recession, He goes, now you've succumbed yourself to thinking in a mind of poverty or in a mind of lack when there's so much energy of money still floating around that you can have access to. You know what I mean? He goes, you have to understand that our minds are being, it is mind control, where our minds are being controlled. And in this time, people have to actually step back and look at some of the things they're watching, and the things that they're watching, if how much are they affecting how you look and perceive certain things that are going on in your life. He goes, not enough people are praying, not enough people are seeing themselves outside of what's going on, because we are being forced to believe that what we see is a world issue when it's only happening to certain people in certain spaces. The whole world is not under one control. Yeah, I resonate with that for sure. Deprogramming. Yes, deprogramming. Like, for example, it's crazy because it's happened to me today. It's funny how we're talking about this. So today, like I said, I went to the spa. Where the spa is located is like on King Street. You know what I mean? Where I live, or the places that I usually frequent, are not that busy. You know what I mean? So I've programmed it in my mind that no one really goes outside anymore. You don't really see anybody. You know what I mean? Like, Toronto's getting dead, da 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 da, whatever the case may be. I went to this place. I went to go to the spa, whatever. Came out of the spa. It was around like 7 or 8 o'clock. And would you believe it was so busy? Like, there's people going out, everyone's dressed up, going out, doing things, whatever the case may be. And I'm sitting here like, I thought people weren't even going on like that anymore. You know what I mean? But see how small minded I was? Because I'm only frequenting places and areas that I'm used to or familiar with, that I've told myself that that's my world and my reality. Not realizing that there's a whole world abundantly of people enjoying themselves outside and doing different things. You know what I mean? Like, I'm acting like the world stopped when in reality it keeps going, you know? So that's what he's trying to make us understand, like the deprogramming and detoxing the mind, the subconscious. Like, he's showing me water and lemon. Prince, don't piss me off right now, man. 1 second, my dog. All right. Okay. He's showing me water with lemon. He goes, the subconscious mind, that you could detoxify the mind, pray over the water, and then like drink the water and the lemon to detoxify the mind. Because he goes, there's a decrease. So it feels like saying, there's a decrease in prayers, there's a decrease in people not believing that we can get out of the situation that we're in. You know what I mean? Or get out of the space of where we're in. The more that we operate collectively in a mindset of liberation, the more you'll see that those that try to oppress will have nothing. Okay. Those who try to oppress will have no choice but to submit to the shift of light coming in. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you can't re-emulate God's creation. You know, no matter how much some people will try to make you believe something, when God intervenes, the truth is there. He goes, this is why so much of what is happening right now is rested on the people. It's on the people to make the change. He goes, we look for external forces to lead us and leaders to lead us, but we can't rely on the leaders. We need to rely on ourselves and our connection to God. That way of us pushing out and deprogramming ourselves, because I see untying, deprogramming and pushing light, and pushing and accepting light, that things will be forced to shift. It's almost like somebody that has candy. They're giving candy to give you. You know what I mean? Like they got it for free. They didn't pay for the candy, but it's like, okay, when you see so and so, make sure they get the candy. But now you see them, they're trying to make you do tricks. They're trying to make you answer math questions. They're trying to get you to do all these friggin' things so that you can actually get a candy. When it's like, it was never anything that you ever had to work for. It was given to them by somebody else so that you can have it for free. You know what I mean? But when you see the candy and you know it's yours, they have to give it up. And that's the reality, is that because we sit in this space of being controlled by us feeling like the world is ending, we're going into World War III, and oh my God, this is gonna happen. And oh, because it's like people don't understand that these mindsets is hindering growth. So if we think that World War III is about to happen, would you plan? If you think World War III is about to happen, would you plan to say that you're gonna go to Australia in the next month? No, you're not. I don't know if the fucking world's gonna end. If you're programming your mind to think that there's a recession, would you actually do that business plan, or try to do something about the goals that you're trying to achieve? No, you won't, because you don't think there's a way for it. When there is in reality a way, there is space, but you have to force space. Is this making sense to anyone? Yeah, we're being limited quite a lot deliberately, but you can push past it. It's like you have to understand that God is a God of evidence. When you see Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ talked about performing, Jesus Christ healed the sick. What did he do? What did he go out in the village and do to prove God's power? He performed miracles. God is a God of evidence. God has no problem showing you his truth, showing you his glory, and proving to you that he's real. He has no problem with that. The problem is with people when it comes to the relationship with God, they overcomplicate it. But God is not a complicated God. God doesn't say, oh, yeah, maybe. Like, God is not a complicated God. It's either yes, no, or not this season. That's literally God. It's yes, exactly. Because all this money, he's like, it's unfortunate. You guys live on Earth. Money is what you need, or how you're gonna have to sustain yourself. All of the abundance and all the greatness in the world that God has for us, there is so only limited amount of people that want to be able to have it and control it and tell us that we have to work for it. But once we start taking our power, he goes, you gotta use the same way how they use things that you use to against you, you have to use it against them. Because when it comes to pushing past the emblem of darkness, it's gonna be too easy for it gives light so much space to intervene. And light is so much stronger than darkness. Like if I turn on the lights in this whole right over there, my house is dark. I turn off the light, darkness does not exist anymore because the light is on. So then he said, God, Archangel Michael is encouraging you is to take a step back, look at the reality of how you're thinking and looking at your life right now, and see how that matches the things that you're ingesting every day. And start to find ways to detox from that, especially if you have specific goals that you want to attain. Any questions? Thanks, Archangel Michael. Move on. Stop now. No. You guys move. Don't come with that, please. Because there's a lot of chorus and there's fire around here and everything. Go sit down. Go, Glory. Any questions? One second, let me close this discussion. Okay. I agree. My mom has always advised me not to consume too much media as it be a lot to take in, especially the Trump stuff and happening here in the UK. Exactly. Like you're in the UK and what Trump is doing is affecting you. When Trump has no dealings with the European with the UK at all. Because the UK is not even a part of the European Union anymore. But because you're seeing that and that instilling that pushing that instilling of fear, Trump is only one man. Do you even know Trump is the one with the mission? He needs other people to join him, and there's nobody else joining him. But we're all like, "Oh my God, we're gonna get into another world war! Oh my God, the whole world's gonna turn to shit over one man." But that's what. But if they keep pushing that in media, whatever. For example, oh, there's all these bad men out here. Like my timeline right now, even though I'm in a relationship, but I love my man. It's like if I really took in what I was hearing every day, like I would think my man's a piece of shit. I would hate his guts. I would run for the hills. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes me hate men. I was like, I love this new saying that lifestyle. Like, not always men, not all men, but always a man. You know what I'm saying? But the shit that we put in our ear could really get you going. I just noticed that it's been a more than a lot of right wing people to come out. Of course, it has, but that's not the only thing that's going on in the world right now. There's so many beautiful things that are actually happening right now that we're missing. The points that we're missing that we're seeing. There's a lot of things that are more able to actually happen for us that we're not seeing because we're literally being told to stop, like how they did us in COVID. Stop, slow down. No, you can't yet. Not just yet. And make time just run out on your ass. I'm sorry, this light, man. Holy, I feel like I'm literally staring into the light. No, that's too far back. Okay, let's see. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I've noticed my timeline has been negative lately. Gotta reconfigure my algorithm and detach. Exactly. I agree. He's definitely feeding off in the negative. Thank you. And that's the point that Archangel Michael is trying to make. So if I have a dream to do something and I choose to give up on that dream after it's been shared, what do you think is going to happen after that? It gives the next person opportunity that needs it, wants to use it, manifest it to use that energy for themselves. It's siphoning. Like people that destiny swap and siphon from you. What is the algorithm doing? It mimics your patterns and the things that you do or the things that you seem to like or show interested and mirror it back to you as if they're the one that came up with it. Who does that? Destiny swappers, energy siphoners. Pay attention is what he's really trying to say. Whoever this resonates with, whoever, because I feel like I'm talking to a collective of people that have been going through being triggered a lot lately or allowing themselves to feel like there's a block in their way that's not really there. That's the group of people that I'm talking to right now. Ones that spend too much time online and not enough time outside. Not enough time of not even just being outside, but like seeing the surroundings of what's going on around you. Detach, pray, declutter, remanifest. Pray. That's the advice that Saint Michael has for you. Any questions? No? Okay. Thank you, Archangel Michael. We're moving right along. All right. This story was a hard story for me to read on. Um, it's a story of I don't know if it's David, you say his name, or D4VD and the Celeste um, situation. It's really hard for me to read on. Um, just because, being a mother, you know what I mean? I can only imagine what her family's going through right now. This is any parent's worst nightmare. And also being a younger girl, her age was not as young as her, but um, resonated being in my past, being a younger girl dating older men, um, especially thinking it was cool. I don't know if I thought it was cool, but I felt like I've always been fairly mature for my age. And dating older men, I felt like I resonated more with older men than I did ones my age. Um, so I feel like in my past, like I found myself being in relationships with men that were much older. Like one of my boyfriends, I was 17 and my boyfriend was 27 years old. And when I look back, it was very much I was groomed in a lot of ways, but a lot of times too, I was, you know, I wasn't really attracting men my age. So it just felt nice to be dating somebody. Um, but when I really look back at that, in a lot of ways, I start to see where, based on my environment, um, not my environment, but based on, yeah, my environment. Because not like I grew up from a bad environment. I was sheltered being growing up in the suburbs. So based on my environment, my age, and how I looked, yeah, he was really profiting off of that, and definitely had me in a situation I had no business being in at a young age. So when I looked at the situation, it was really hard for me to see, just because I'm not sure exactly. I think it was much more different, especially being her, that she was dating a damn near celebrity. So that took things up a notch in a little bit, where it comes to her feeling like she hit the jackpot in some way, you know? Um, but I think this happens a lot with women or young girls, especially if they come from a surrounding where they feel like they're being picked or chosen, that they get themselves caught in situations like this. So what happened with this David and Celeste situation? David is a singer. Of course, I think he's gone viral a couple of times on TikTok. That he used to have, I don't know if it's Twitch or whatever, he used to stream. And he ended up getting in a relationship with one of his moderators. At the time that they met, she was 11 years old. And I'm not sure if it was when she was 11 when he started a relationship, but shortly after that, he ended up starting a relationship with her. Um, her body was found. This is a while ago, sometime last year, I believe. Her body was found in his Tesla, and as it sees it and knows it, finally he has been convicted, or sorry, he has been charged with the murder and the disappearance and dismemberment of his once girlfriend. There's obviously a lot of stories that have come out, especially in the court papers, that he had a number of child pornography on his phone, and that she was not. It was she didn't so happen to be the only minor, and going back into his artistic endeavors and projects that he had. Um, it comes off to be very premeditated how this ended because he lived within a fantasy of murdering his girlfriend. Um, yeah, and it's fucked because I'm just kind of like, if only her parents maybe were a little bit more stricter, you know, or maybe if it wasn't for the fact that she didn't come from a less fortunate family, that this little girl will still be alive to this day. You know what I mean? Um, it's just fucking nuts that he just treated her like she was a toy. Um, and may he burn in the most hottest and the most torturous and the most darkest part of hell. So let's get into the reading. I feel for her family, especially for her brother. He reported David to the police, but nothing happened. Wow, I didn't know the backstory to this. Yeah. I literally can't believe he had a 40 terabytes. You know fucking how much 40 terabytes is? You know what 40 fucking terabytes is? Of material that's an unbelievable amount to even have. This is can't be his first murder. We'll see. We're gonna tap into this piece of shit. Oh fuck, I don't think it is. You're right about that. I don't think this is his first murder. Like he mm, I feel like that the child pornography he has is not just from ones that he's made, but like ones that he's collected before. Like he gives me like we already know that this is an attachment that's on this kid, bro. We already know that. Like he has a very demented mindset. You know what I mean? But I feel like he's always had perverted ways. Like I feel like even when he was younger, like his parents would see little things that he would do that were questionable. But I feel like he had a way of being really touchy. You know what I mean? Um, it's given me like he's always displayed ways of being a little bit creepy or like abusive. You know what I mean? Like you ever had that weird cousin like when you guys go and play and he'll come over and he'll be a little bit too touchy or a little too rough. Like you know what I mean? It's kind of like hey, you kind of look at him and you're like, yo, like if this guy doesn't get his shit together when he grows up, he can be dangerous. Like that's the energy I'm getting. 40 PS5s lately. Yes. 40 PS5s. And I feel like what I'm saying to when it comes to the parents, I think that she kept on running away so often. And I feel like that they somewhat just started to get. This is a guy that was able to use his resources to control. And being a big celebrity that he is, or being not a celebrity, or being a big artist that he is, he knew how to exercise the power that he had. And I almost get the sense when it comes to him is like he also had ways to blackmail. You know what I mean? It's almost like he was so obsessed with having her around that it was one of those things that, okay, but he would do it through her. You know what I mean? Like I have this and this and this on you guys that if you try to break me up with this person, then this is what I'm going to do. I want to be with them. So I almost get the sense that the family kind of sucked salt or took the back seat because that was the only way that they felt that they can ensure that she stayed close. Because it's like as long as she felt like he was a like she was they were agreeing with her, they can control that she was close. You know what I mean? No, I don't think his parents wanted to get him help at any stage because I don't think his parents wanted to look at it as a problem. I don't think his parents actually ever seen it or his behaviors as being a problem at all. I heard his parents are like very much Christian background. You know what I'm saying? So when you have a Christian background or you're that church parent, they're very image oriented. So it's like anything that they see or could be perceived in any way that could be alarming, that'll be swept under the rug right quick. That's gonna be swept up under the rug quite quick, and then the thinking is just one prayer away from going away from him. Yeah, it really is. It really is a Netflix special. Um, I'm gonna be honest. What I sense why he kept the body as long as he did, because I feel like there was points that he was. I feel there was points that he was having intercourse with that body. Like I think he, like I wouldn't be surprised if he was one of those guys that was really into like serial killer stories and stuff like that. And I feel like he has read, fantasized, or at least try to try out every serial killer fantasy. And I feel like he's always fantasized about killing her. Like I could see him being like in his mind, I don't want to like when I'm done with you, because he always going to be a time that he'll be done with her. It's like she will never ever move on to anybody else. Like I would just kill her. Like it's giving, if I don't have you, nobody will. Yes, he definitely did that. He was obsessed with her. Because I feel like there was one point that she did, like not even just before she died, but there was one point where she was okay if things kind of cut off. But he just kept going out of his way to do it. Like he always had a way a way of constantly keeping her indebted as well. And he would blackmail as well. If he's harmed anyone as one other female, will it come out? Yes. But it's so weird. I'm gonna be honest. He's so fucking crazy. I feel like he low key wanted to get caught for this shit. Like he wants to go down and hit. Like it's crazy because he gonna spend the rest of his life in jail. But like he wants to have the notoriety of like Jeffrey Dahmer, like of like Charles Manson. You know what I mean? Like he looks up to famous serial killers. Like he wants his story to go down in history that way. Like I feel like it wasn't just him being dumb. Like I feel like he deliberately didn't care if it was found. That's why he had it somewhere. He found left that car hidden in plain sight, where he would have the body in the house decomposing. Like it was literally like he liked to play the game of hidden in plain sight. Like, how much can I be in your face with this dead body and the fact that I kill him before you guys actually notice? Like, he loved the thrill of watching everybody go frantic over her. He's loving the thrill of all the things that they're finding out about him, too. Like, it's doing something for him, these investigations. He's, like, really a fucking sicko. Yeah, he wanted to be a household name as a killer and have a whole catalog of music to back it. He could sit and rot his the rest of life in jail, but he got royalties coming in. Cause who's not gonna listen to his music or look into him now? People are. Because he knew at the end of the day of his obsession when it came to this little girl that he couldn't see himself living without her. So he feels like he had to do everything out like in serial style fashion. He romanticizes death. Like what's the song called? Romantic homicide? That shit gets him going. That shit, like, he has remorse for killing her, but he has remorse for killing her as in like he can't see her again. but he doesn't have remorse for actually carrying out that. Like, it fascinates him that he did it. Yeah, it was very warped. But I feel like that has a lot to do with his upbringing because he had a very sheltered mindset. Like, I feel like it didn't help how his parents raised him. They didn't raise him to really explore and like see new things or try new things. So that gives him too much time to have too much of an imagination. Yeah, he wants to be infamous. Like he loves the fame that he's gonna have with it. Like no one's gonna ever forget him. He feels like as an artist, it's like he can easily be forgotten. But the artist that wrote songs about killing his girlfriend and dated a freaking young girl and murdered her and has evidence that there was a whole like that goes down in history. He'll never be forgotten. And that's the thing with her too. That's the thing with her too. That was really get him going about. Oh, I have to kill her because she's only 14, 15. By the time she moves on with her life, as she gets to a certain age, she will be forgotten. He has a thing about not being forgotten. That's a part that's stirred into his mania too. He must have not been that popular in school. I feel like that ties into it as well. Yeah, he's a fucked up individual. I feel like they're gonna throw the book at him. He's gonna get every single charge, and there's more that's gonna come out. There's more that's gonna come out. One of his friends are gonna get arrested too, but there's more that's gonna come out. Cause I feel like amongst the friends too, why not? Like some people knew she was a minor, but some people didn't because she would lie about her age. Like that's the energy I get. But for some reason they found out. So it was like when she was underage, it was kind of like they would treat it like a rumor. Like we know I heard she's underage, but we don't really know. But there's gonna be more that's gonna come out as well. I don't know. I see like a notebook. There's gonna be something they find writings. Guys, see paper. But I'm like, if he has committed murder, it's one other B. But they're younger than Celeste. I'll have to wrap this reading up soon, bro. I can't read any more of this shit. Any questions? He. Any questions? Hi, puppy, puppy. All right, now we're gonna move right on. All right. Okay, so last reading of the night. We're almost 2 hours in. The last person that we're reading on and we're tapping into is Chris Brown. Okay, so Chris Brown. I haven't read on Chris Brown in a very long time. I'm actually gonna link the last reading I ever did on him in the description box, and I think in like the last time I ever read on this guy on this channel is probably about 10 years ago. But we're gonna definitely tap in to see what's going on around him. As you know, Chris Brown just launched his tour with Usher. Um, just most recently, what's been happening with Chris Brown, he did just have a baby. So I think Chris Brown's now on to 4 kids. I don't know if it's 4 kids, 3 different baby moms. And also, it had been reported last night that there was a party that happened that was hosted by Chris Brown that got shot up, where Chris Brown is ringing the bell on that, saying that it's fake news. He actually was at home last night. He wasn't out doing anything like that. So let's tap in to what's going on with Chris Brown, because the reason why I want to tap in, of course, as we talked about earlier in our lives, is that Chris Brown has not yet hasn't shaped the persona or the narrative of him being this bad guy or abusive person. He's been carrying this bad reputation for what happened with the incident with Rihanna for the last 15, 16 years, maybe even longer than that. I'm not exactly sure when the Rihanna incident happened. I have to look at how long ago that was. Um, and though he's been able to maintain his fandom, low fandom at that, when it comes to the public eye and when it comes to media, he is still under the curse of looking like the bad guys. So we're going to tap in to see what we see around Chris Brown and what's coming up for him. I think Chris Brown has come to, I think, okay, and he's expressed this before, that I feel like there was a lot of times in his career where he had to go through the motions and self-medicating himself through all the things that have happened and what it did to his image. Because let's just say we're not gonna say his career, because he's been able to actually maintain a successful one, but to his image. I think that Chris Brown is at a place right now where he's starting to realize that he knows that the majority of the people, or the people that need to know the truth or actually see what they need to see. And he's settling into the suit that he feels like the media has given him. I think that he's at the place right now, Prince. He's at the place right now that he's actually allowing himself to take the bitter with the sweet and focus more on his career. I think he's really great. Like, he's in a place of gratitude. I think he's in a place that he is happy to say that how old he is, that he's able to still like dance and tour and do everything that he loves. So I think he's at a place right now that he's focusing on the love of the situation. Um, as for like relationships and stuff, I don't know. I think he's also like at the space right now where he's really looking to settle down. Like, he's really like, I see him even scaling back on friends. Like, I think he's at a place right now that he's really like scaling back on like his associations with people, like who he hangs out with, like just things like that. Like, it's like he really wants to get to being that family man. You know what I mean? Like, I get that, like him getting family man. Like, he wants to really settle down and have that. I do get him like seeing like him wanting to be a little bit more artistic. So I don't know why I see clothing and I see art and stuff like that. I see him like focusing more on that. I don't know. I see him kind of like, I see like a mural or some kind of like project that he wants to actually launch. You know what I mean? But it's a reflection of him like just portraying the things that he loves. Like, it's like for him, it's like he would love to have done what Kanye did, but he didn't have his image. He would always hide behind, not hide behind, but he didn't think it was possible for him considering the image that the industry, like the people that run the industry, have of him. Like, it wasn't even just about sales. It's like almost like the front door not even being able to open. But now I feel like he's looking at himself like, maybe I'm limiting myself to what I can actually do and just taking chances and shots and stuff. I don't know why I see something with housing as well. I know I see him doing something with housing. So I don't know if it's like he wants to build affordable housing or whatever the case may be. But it feels to me like he's getting to a space too of like wanting to do something more charitable, like give back. You know what I mean? But I think that he's rested the whole idea of cleaning up his image, but more or less like leaving like a legacy behind. You know what I mean? Like, what can I do that's impactful? That I can do that's impactful? What are some of the impactful things that I had the guts to do now before than when I was so worried about what people thought of my image. You know what I mean? I feel like this. I don't know. Was the Usher tour canceled or is it still going on? I know I heard some controversy around that. Actually, let me look it up. Give me a second, guys. No, it's still going on. Okay. Yeah. So I feel like because I was gonna say something, I feel like this is gonna be a good tour. I feel like what's so crazy. I think eventually, if it's not next year or the year after, Chris Brown might take a residency in Vegas. I don't know. I saw that for him. I see him doing a residency. Um, but I feel like this tour is gonna be a really successful one too. I see some new music coming out as well. I don't know. I see something him and 50 Cent. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't think get into something again, but I see something with like him and 50 Cent. I don't know why I also see an apology from Jay coming to him, which is really strange. But I don't think that apology is going to do anything for him. To be honest, it's like because it's like I feel like it's what you know what it is. It's crazy. Okay, it's funny how we're talking about Archangel Michael earlier. What he said it's almost like the negativity that we feed will always be our downfall. You know what I mean? Because as much as the critics have things to say about Chris Brown gets more respect. He gets more respect and love than he does the criticism. But he focused so much on the criticism. You know what I mean? That he's allowed that focus on the criticism to limit him on things that he's wanted to venture out and do or try because of his fear of it being shut down. And I think the fear of it being shut down is because of how vulnerable he's about some of the projects that he wants to actually do. Because he feels like some of the projects he wants to do maybe that may be connected or reliant on that will rest upon his image. Like for example, if you were to build houses for women, batter women and children, it's like okay, you're known for beating women and stuff like that, and you want to start helping these people now. Like okay, Chris Brown, like it's like he fears the criticism and people like breaking down his hopes and dreams because of it. You know what I mean? But I feel like coming up, it feels like again he's gonna be really focused on tour. He needs to be careful because if he's not, he might get an injury on while he's on tour. I don't know. I see that. I don't know. I see leg. So he literally like how they say break a leg. He might literally break one, or sprain one. But I think most of all, I think that this year between now and the next 2 years, is going to be a really busy time for Chris Brown. He has to be careful because if he's not careful, he might get himself into some legal trouble again. I'm not seeing a big ass security guard, but he might get into some legal trouble again. But other than that, when it comes to creative rollout, um, you're going to see a lot of good things coming up for Chris Brown right in that arena. Rihanna might speak on that situation again too. That's what I'm seeing. Any questions? And it's 1 o'clock in the morning right now. I think people are starting to get tired. I know I am. You guys no. Get down, get down, get down, get down, get down, get down. Don't do that. Any questions? Okay, no? All right, guys. I don't know if you guys have any questions, but it is pretty late here. I'm going to wrap it up right now. Again, thank you so much for tuning in on the end of April recap. Again, if you would like to get a psychic question done courtesy of watching the video or again coming through watching the video. You can always hit me up on Instagram or on email using the code butterfly to get 2 questions for $33.33. Again, if you haven't already, make sure that you do like this video. And also, I wanted to announce if you are interested, I am a Reiki master and I'm starting a class or I'm starting Reiki qualifications in June. If you're interested in getting attuned for Reiki and so that you could do Reiki yourself or on clients or with family members, whatever you may want to be, I am starting Reiki 1 and 2 in June. I do ask for serious inquiries, people that really want to actually get their Reiki license, to hit me up to get attuned for it. Um, I my link and my link for my contacts are in the description box. But again, it's late, guys. I am tired, but I do want to thank you so much for your time and rocking with me. May God bless you and the angels protect you. Good night.